Next, we can see about the PLC scanning processes. Okay, so the PLC scanning processes, we can see the one by one. And initially, the PLC continues running through the programming and updating the result from the input signals. Like each loop is termed as cycle. The PLC could be operated by each input being examined as it's occurred in the program, and its effect on the program determined, and the output correspondingly changed. The mode of operation termed as continuous updating. Okay, the base because within the continuous updating there is time spent integrating each input turn. Time taken to examine several hundred input output points can be comparatively long. To allow more or rapid execution of program, the specific area of RAM is used to buffer store between the control logic and input output unit. The each input output has addressed the in memory. As the start of each program cycle, CPU scans all the inputs and copies the status into input output addresses RAM. As the program executed, store input output data is required from the RAM at the logic operations carried out. Resulting output signals are stored in the reserved output of section RAM. At the end of each program cycles, transfer RAM into appropriate output signals. The output retains the status until the next updating. The method of operation termed as mass input output copying. The sequence can be summarized. Okay, you can see this in the screen. Okay, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4. The scan all the inputs, copy into RAM. Fetch the decode and execute the program instruction sequence, copying the output instructions from the RAM. Update all outputs, repeat the sequence. Okay, time taken to complete the cycle of scanning inputs, updating the outputs according to the program instructions. This is called a cycle time. Through the relatively quick, not instance, that means that inputs are not watched at the time of samples of the states taken periodically. The typical cycle time is of order to 10 to 15 microseconds. This means that that inputs outputs are updated every 10 to microseconds. Thus there can be delay of this order system reacting. This also means that if a very brief input cycle appears at the wrong moment in the cycle, it could be missed. Okay. It's functional block diagram. You can. And also, it's generally any input must be present or longer than cycle time. Special models are available for use of such circumstance. Consider PLC with cycle time of 14 microseconds. What is the maximum frequency digital inputs can be detected? The maximum frequency will be 1 plus occurs every microseconds. Frequently of 1 divided by 0.4, it may be counted as 25 hits. The cycle scanning time of PLC is response speed and determined by CPU used, size of programming to be scanned, the summer input outputs to be used to read, system functions that are using the greater number of slower scanning time. And illustrations, the Mitsubishi compact PLCs, and then have a program like 0.05 micrological instruction. That's a more complex program, longer cycle time will be. Okay. Like the PLC have some processing time and some execution time, some changing the harnessing time and output scan time. Those things you have to consider while using the PLC systems. Okay. So these about the some PLC scanning times, and also PLC having some input output addresses for checking the those input output routers by using some location address buses and data buses and then field buses. Okay, the PLC has to be able to identify each particular input output in does the all allocating address to each input output with all small PLC like to be just number preferred by the letter in school indicate whether it's output or input. Thus the PLC might be having input addresses like X400, 401, 402 followed by in outputs with the address 5430, 531, 432. These are things why we have to follow while using the PLCs. Okay. If you go to the Allen Bradley, it's having some kind of addresses. If you're going at Delta PLC or non PLC, this is having some Q 0.1, 0.2, Y 0.1, 0.2. This kind of input addresses available while you choosing this kind of PLC. So this is about addressing of PLC. This addressing PLC only we vary compared to other PLCs, but other input outputs are same all PLCs. Okay, so we can see in PLC hardware components of our next video. Thank you.